left here, and Google Assistant pops up. So really easy. This is one of the first phones we've launched with an AI assistant button. It's going to be available in 2 colors, a very cool and sleek Onyx Black, and the very beautiful Sapphire Blue. So Mi Mix 3 5G in summary. Essentially everything that you loved about the Mi Mix 3 now coming along with 5G, which you just saw in the demo just now. So what will it cost? Well, 5G has been one of the big trends of this year. It seems like there are more and more 5G phones that are coming out. This is going to be one of the world's first commercially available 5G phones. And as many of you know, Xiaomi's philosophy is to launch amazing products at honest prices. We want to make sure that everyone in the world can really enjoy our products at the best possible price. So what does everyone think would be a fair price for Mi Mix 3 5G? Everything about Mi Mix 3 and also supporting 5G. Any guesses? Okay, I heard something over 1,000, okay. Okay, I heard 699 euros. That seems like a pretty good price, huh? For a 5G phone. That seems pretty good, but I think we could do even better than 699. Starting 599 euros. $599 is better than $699, yeah? So we think this is one of the most competitive prices for a 5G smartphone today. And it's going to be available very, very soon. You guys can take as many pictures as you want, but we'll also have another slide later with 599 on it. And you can see we're partnering with a lot of key carriers, including Orange, 3, Sunrise, Telefonica, TIM, Vodafone, and many more coming very soon. And we want to bring this product as soon as possible. So it's going to be available starting in May, less than 3 months from now. Across a variety of channels, our authorized Mi stores, Mi.com, and many more main retail channels. So here you have it, the Mi Mix 3 5G. Starting from 599 euros with everything you loved about Mi Mix 3. Full screen, ceramic body, magnetic slider. And that's pretty much it for today. I'm just kidding, there's actually a lot more. The next exciting product that we're going to announce today is Mi 9. And as Xiangzong mentioned earlier, I'm personally very, very excited about Mi 9 because it's the first time that we're coming to MWC to properly launch a product. And even better, we just launched Mi 9 in China less than 4 to 5 days ago. And we're bringing it to our global markets already. Mi 9 is the ultimate, ultra-clear AI triple camera flagship phone. It's our first ever triple camera phone. And it's a beautiful phone. It's absolutely dressed to the nines. No pun intended. A lot of you may have seen it online already, but sometimes if you haven't really taken a very close look, you don't really get the same impression. So here's a little product video. What's everyone think? Okay, some people like it. So you can see from the very bottom to the very top, it's just a simply beautiful curved design. And it's a triple camera setup that we'll talk a little bit more about later. If we just zoom out a little bit, you can see the way the colors hit the back of the screen. It's always a little bit different because of the extra curved design, which we'll talk a little bit more about. It's available in a couple colors. You just saw the ocean blue. This is the lavender violet. And here are the two colors paired together. Ocean blue on the bottom, lavender violet on the top. And this beautiful back cover, it's a result of a cumulative effort from our ID and our smartphone product team with amazing attention to detail. I'd love to just dive in a little bit to show you some of the key points. So we have a very advanced back cover process, and it took more than a year of really rigorous testing to get to this point. We have over 4 layers. I'll just go through some of the main ones. There's a nano-level color coding. On top of that, a nano-level holographic pattern, which creates that very shimmering effect. On top of that, we put a reflective coating, and on the very top, we put Corning Gorilla Glass 5. And you can see the net effect of these different layers creates this shimmering holographic rainbow spectrum effect. So every time you pick up the phone, the way the light hits the back of the phone is a little bit different. So you can fall in love with the phone every time again. We have a lot of attention to detail. On the very top of this triple camera setup, you see this halo ring accent, which kind of adds a certain asymmetry to the phone that makes it even more stunning. In order to make it more scratch resistant, because if you're like me, I'm always putting my phone in my pocket, maybe it scratches my keys or coins or other things like that, we have this sapphire glass cover, which makes sure that the camera can be protected really easily. And we also have this stainless steel around the entire camera coating here. And here in Spain and in Western Europe, we're going to be launching this phone in 3 official colors. We already talked about the ocean blue. This is the lavender violet. And of course, the set would not be complete without the very smooth and classic piano black. So these are the 3 colors we're launching. So on top of that, this phone also has amazing hand feel. It just feels really nice in your hand. And one of the reasons is the curve. So one of our most popular flagship phones was the Mi 8. A lot of you have used it as well. And the Mi 8 was also a 4-sided curved glass phone. But the very back of the Mi 8 is completely flat. So it doesn't really have the same shimmering effect. In contrast, the Mi 9 is curved all the way. It's an all-curved design. And that's why it creates this very interesting, what do we call this? Sort of a rainbow effect. We're big fans of Gaudi. And one of the interesting quotes that I saw recently was this one. The straight line belongs to man. The curved line belongs to God. And we definitely took that as inspiration for the design of this new phone. And we're very proud to announce that we also worked with the Gaudi Academy of Knowledge to get the certificate. Here's what they said. Mi 9 beautifully combines the reflection of light, seamless curves, and the use of natural elements to create a masterpiece of art. It's slim and light. It's only 173 grams, but it's packed with a lot of technology, which we'll go through. Very, very thin, too. The very thickest part is only 7.61 millimeters, which, if anyone knows, is actually very, very small by today's standards. But the thinnest part is only 3.5 millimeters. And the way we've curved it makes it look visually much slimmer than it actually is. So here are the highlights of the phone we mentioned so far. Sapphire glass cover on the triple camera setup, the halo ring accent, very slim, very light, and of course, the all-curved design that creates the shimmering colors and the holographic spectrum. And it's a full screen display. Very massive, immersive, full screen experience. 6.39-inch AMOLED display with a very narrow chin, so it almost feels like holding a pure display in your hand. Now, a lot of us are using our phones a lot nowadays, all the time, sometimes over 4 to 5 hours a day. So in order to make this phone even better for consumption, we've added Reading Mode 2.0 to really reduce harmful blue rays. And we've worked with VD8. very slim and very light. And of course, a very fast fingerprint display. All right, let's keep going on. So, in addition to looking great, Mi 9 is our very first ever triple camera setup. Now, a lot of us use our phones nowadays for much more than just taking phone calls and texting. A big part of it is expressing ourselves through taking photos in a variety of situations, including night shots, portrait shots, landscape shots, macro shots where you really want to focus in on food or plants or nature. And usually, if you really want to achieve the best effect across a lot of different scenarios, you might need to carry a lot of different cameras. You know, one camera, I see a lot of cameras in front of me here. So it could get really heavy. You have one lens for one scenario, another lens for another scenario. So what we did with Mi 9 is we really took all the key scenarios and we put it in a single phone. So you can shoot like a pro with one single phone. So let's dive in a little bit on each of these three cameras. At the very top, we have a 12 megapixel telephoto lens. In the middle, we have one of the stars of the show, which is our 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 main wide angle lens. And at the very bottom, we have a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. And each of these three lenses serves a different purpose. You can see the telephoto lens allows you to zoom in at least 2x to get photos like this. The main wide angle lens lets you create really high resolution, beautiful shots, and the ultra wide angle lens lets you really create that panoramic effect over 117 degrees. Let me focus a little bit on the 48 megapixel. This is using the flagship Sony IMX586 sensor, which is the highest resolution camera sensor in the market right now. So if you look at the sample shot here, does anyone know where this is, by the way? It's definitely in Europe. I think this is in Norway. You can see the snow, the very distinctive houses, and you can already see this is a very good shot. You know, all of the details, even like the way the signs are planted in the snow. But if you think about it, actually this is just one small part of a much bigger photo. And actually, I could zoom out even more. That's the power of 48 megapixel. 48 megapixel allows you to take shots and blow them up to poster size. So that's one use case if I want to zoom out. Sometimes I want to zoom in as well. So let's say I took this shot of these beautiful flowers, and I want to zoom in, let's say over there. You see, even when I zoom in, the petals, the pollen, it's all still very, very clear. You could probably even use this zoomed in version as a desktop wallpaper if you really wanted. Here's another example. You can see all the details. Makes me want to eat some steak later tonight. So you can see the details in the meat. Let's just zoom in on the tomatoes here. So you can see the fine details in the stem of the tomatoes, the asparagus, still super stunning and clear. So right down to the details. In this one here, we can see focus on the different stems, the different twigs, and the snow. And here's another shot too. Shot on the 48 megapixel shot. And if you compare this to some other flagship cameras, you can see the 48 megapixels offers 4 times more pixels than a typical 12 megapixel shot. So you get a lot more details, for example, when you're zooming in on different signs. And one of the reasons it has much clearer photos is because of the CMOS sensor. It's a 1.5-inch CMOS image sensor, which is a bigger version than what we had in Mi 8. And with this image sensor, we're able to also shoot really well even under low light conditions. Here's another example. You can see how clear the sign is, the words are at the top, even the little items hanging in the middle of the shop. Here's another one of my favorite shots here. You can see in a typical nightlight shot, on a typical camera, a lot of this would be overexposed, especially the neon lights at the top. But you can see here, this is all very clear. Even the bottom here, the reflection, it's really, really good. And a lot of this has to do with this flagship camera sensor, the IMX586. We have a technology called 4-in-1 pixel binning. It combines 4 different pixels into one super large pixel. That pixel is 1.6 microns large, giving you a lot more light than the original layout. We also have a very large f1.75 aperture and laser autofocus technology. So even in the dark, you can focus and capture sharp and clear images. We have a smart metering AI technology. A lot of you know, cameras today are much more than just hardware. We also have to add in software as well. So what AI smart metering does is it intelligently adjusts the exposure level for each different frame. So here's another comparison. You can see on the right here, a lot of the details are very, very clear, whether the red jacket or the motorcycle or even inside the shop. If we just focus on the motorcycle here, you can see even under very dark lighting conditions, we capture a lot more details with the Mi 9. All right, so the 48 megapixel allows you to capture these amazing shots. What about the telephoto lens? The telephoto lens lets you get closer to the action. You just tap this button in the middle, it says 1x, tap it, now it says 2x, and you get 2x closer to the action. And the next star of the show, which is the ultra-wide angle lens. So a lot of us now are taking photos in urban photography as well. And we want to take these panoramic architectural shots. Let me know if this is a familiar situation. Let's say I want to take a photo of this really cool sort of statue or building or architecture here, but I can't really back up anymore. So I'm just a little bit too close to the shot, and I end up with a shot like this. Well, here's where the ultra-wide angle comes into view. All you got to do is tap this button here, and you can get the ultra-wide angle shot. All right, some people like this shot. Here's another example here. I tap this again, zooms out. And here's another example, inside a museum. Sometimes you want to capture even more shots. You can tap this, zoom out, and capture the whole shot. On top of this, we've also added some AI features. So what you can do here is, sometimes we can intelligently detect that you're looking at some famous statue or architecture. And this thing will pop up through AI software, saying, maybe you could try the ultra-wide angle mode. So you tap it, and boom, you're able to capture the whole shot. Is that pretty cool? And it also works with wide portrait mode. So Xiaomi's always been very well known for our portrait mode, taking good shots like this one. Focused beautifully on the subject with a blurred background. But sometimes you want an even more panoramic shot. So all you got to do is tap the ultra-wide angle mode. You get this really wide portrait mode. We created a cool video. I'd love to show everyone this video of our ultra-wide portrait mode. I love this video, especially that scene at the end with the party, which is what we're going to be doing tonight. Another really awesome part of the wide angle feature is that it also supports 4-centimeter macro photography. So you can really blow up really small objects and really get a lot of details, whether you're taking pictures of strawberries or nature, plants, so on and so forth. And if you compare on WhatsApp, Facebook, so on and so forth. So let me just show you a quick example of a 960 frames per second slow motion video. You see, we also have automatically paired some very amazing music to make this video even cooler. I love the guy in the with the teddy bear hat on too. Let's just watch this video one more time. Okay. Now everyone's looking at the bear, huh? So one of the amazing things about this feature is it can really turn ordinary scenarios into Instagram-worthy videos, just using slow motion. And we have a lot of other software features for our camera as well. Steady handheld night photography, real-time adjustable blur, real-time studio lighting. Just unfortunately, we don't have time to go through all of them today. But if I just had to summarize very quickly what we have for our camera, you can see it's just completely packed with technology, a lot of which you've probably read about online already. Here's just some highlights for each of the 3 different camera sensors. Now, the thing about taking photos is that it can be pretty subjective, right? What makes a truly great photo? Maybe I think this one's really good, but maybe someone else thinks this one's really good. So we've tried to bring some objectivity into the process by working with one of the world's top camera reference companies, which is DxOMark. And we're very proud to announce today that Mi 9 has an overall score of 107 from DxOMark. So what does 107 mean? Well, if you look at the world ranking, 107 is the 2nd ranked score in the world. There's only one other score above 107 here. But I don't know if you noticed on the last slide, this is the overall score. But as I mentioned earlier, a key thing for the camera is taking videos. And you may not have noticed, but our DxOMark video score is #1 in the world, above any other camera out there. So here it is in summary. The AI triple camera, 12 megapixel telephoto lens to let you get twice as close, the 48 megapixel main camera for ultra high clarity shots, and the 16 megapixel ultra wide angle lens to give those truly panoramic shots. Let's show some actual photos. We're going to be running a social media campaign later, shot on Mi 9. We'd love everyone to participate as well. So here's an architectural shot in London here. And you can see a lot of the key aspects of an architectural shot. Very clean lines, great color contrast. Here we are back in Norway again. You can see here this was actually taken under very low lighting. But maybe it's not super obvious because it's so brightly lit. It's because of our large pixels. You can see it's capturing the northern lights. A lot of details here. You know, sometimes we like to joke. Probably being a Xiaomi photographer is one of the best jobs in the world. You're going to take a brand new phone and travel to all these different places in the world, take these amazing shots. Here's a shot that I thought was very interesting. I wanted to show everyone. This is taken from the ultra wide angle lens. There's some distortion, but you can see it's really capturing this panoramic view as this horse is looking straight into the camera. I think the horse wants to know what lens it's being shot on too. Beautiful details in every shot here. Flawless skin. You can see the details in the hair, in the clothes, and of course in the skin as well. Here's another really gorgeous photo here. You can see one of the details I like to point out here is you can see the rays of light on her skin as it shoots through the hat. And here's another stunning portrait shot taken from the ultra wide angle lens. You can really see the contrast in the colors and the wide angles. We also paired Mi 9 with a 20 megapixel selfie camera, which also supports AI portrait mode. There's a lot more I could say about this camera, but there's only 4 things you have to remember. It's these 4 things here. you can take ultra-clear, poster-worthy photos from the 48-megapixel camera, capture even fuller photos with our ultra-wide-angle lens, clear images even under low light because of the very large pixels from the main camera sensor, and of course, amazing videos. Ranked #1 in the world for video photography by DxOMark. All right. No, it's not the price yet, almost. So we'll talk about the performance really quickly. Mi 9 is also a performance beast. We're using the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, also with Cryo 485 architecture. It's using a 7-nanometer process technology and packed with a big battery. It's extremely power efficient. And you see the benefits here. The new Cryo 485 architecture has improved efficiency of 45%, while the graphics card has improved efficiency of 20%. What does this mean? Well, 45% is the biggest leap ever in Snapdragon performance. And we couldn't be prouder to work with Cristiano and the entire Qualcomm team on this. And if you compare the 855 to the 800, just launched a few years ago, you can see that performance has already increased by 3.7x. Just absolutely amazing. Even better, the new 7-nanometer technology brings about better AI performance, which is becoming a very common application nowadays. It's over 7 trillion operations per second. If you compare it to the previous generation of Snapdragon AI performance, it's over 3x better. And if you compare it to a couple of other flagship phones, over 2x better. Whopping Antutu score of almost 388,000. It's pretty amazing. And if you compare it to other flagship phones here, you can see it's clearly the winner. When you pair it with our full day battery, you're able to get through this whole day on a single charge. Now here I want to go to one of my absolute favorite features of Mi 9. So a lot of flagship phones nowadays support wireless charging. Has anyone ever used a wireless charger here? A few people, yeah? But not too many. And I think I know the reason why. Because wireless charging is still a bit slow sometimes. Sometimes when you put the phone on the wireless charger, it takes a bit of time. If you take a look at some other wireless chargers, flagship phones that support wireless charging, you can see there's some improvement over the years, right? The wireless power has been increasing steadily, 7.5 watts, now 15 watts. You know, it used to take, 257 minutes. It used to take, over 4 hours. Now it's maybe still taking over 2 hours. Here's another world first for Mi 9. We are launching the world's first phone that supports 20-watt wireless charging. And to charge it to 100% only takes 90 minutes, 1.5 hours. That means that if I charged the Mi 9 at the beginning of this launch event, it would be fully charged by the end of this launch event. So if we compare it here, you can see there's a very clear improvement when it comes to wireless charging. From 7.5 watts now to 20 watts, from over 250 minutes to now only 90 minutes. And some of you might wonder, well, if it's charging so fast, is it safe? And the answer is it's absolutely safe. We've been working with some of the world's top companies, including TÜV Rheinland, so you can charge with peace of mind. We're going to be selling this separately, and the bonus is it's Qi compatible, so you can also use it to charge your other devices, including your iPhones, your Samsungs, and all those other devices. All right, so we love the Mi 9, and we're pretty sure you're all going to love the Mi 9 as well. There's only 3 things you have to remember. It's our first ever triple camera phone. There's a lot of features here. I won't read all of them, but it's ranked #1 in the world for video from DxOMark. Second of all, it's designed to the nines. It's beautiful, it's thin, it's light, and has a beautiful curve, and it also has an in-screen fingerprint sensor. And of course, it uses the amazing Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 with 20-watt wireless charging. Now for the price. I'm hearing some very high numbers here. Very high numbers here. So if we compare Mi 9 to some other flagships here, you can see most flagships in the market are selling at a minimum of 900 euros, and sometimes go all the way over 1,200 euros. So what does everyone think would be a good price for Mi 9? 600, okay, I heard 600. That would be a good price, but I think we could probably do better than that. 499, that's pretty good too. But maybe 449 would be even better. $449 for the 6 plus 64 GB version, and for the 6 plus 128 GB version, 499 euros. Is that a pretty good price? That's pretty good. So here we go again. Most flagships in this market are selling for a minimum of 900 euros, but we think we're bringing quite a competitive price here. Mi 9, our ultra-clear AI triple flagship camera, flagship specs at honest pricing, starting from 449 euros. This will be available very soon. Pre-orders start in Spain today. This will be available at all of our authorized Mi stores, Mi.com here in Spain, and all of our retail channels, with many more to come soon. Even better, for everyone in Italy, pre-orders also start today across all of our channels. And for France, they also start today as well, across our authorized Mi stores, Mi.com, and all of our retail channels. One more surprise. We have one more product that we'll be launching here in Italy today, in Europe here. The Mi LED Smart Bulb. This is the bulb that we just saw in the IoT demo just now. This is absolutely one of my favorite products. You can paint your home in a lot of different colors. This light bulb supports over 16 million different colors. You just choose a color that you like, and you can light up your home. You can easily adjust the color temperature and the brightness, so you can have different moods and purposes in your home. It also supports voice assistants like Google Assistant and Alexa from Amazon. You can easily switch on the lights, dim the lights, change the color, so on and so forth. And as Xiang showed earlier in our IoT demo, you can also easily control the lights through our Mi Home app on your phone, anytime, anywhere. And the Mi LED Smart Bulb is also extremely energy efficient. It lasts up to 11 years. You know, at Xiaomi, we care a lot about energy conservation. And we know here in Europe, a very key thing as well is being environmentally friendly. So we've designed our bulbs to be energy efficient. And what will the price of this be? So this is a typical smart bulb. This is not the actual price of our light bulb. This is the price of a typical smart bulb here in Europe. 49.9 euros. This is not our price. This is not our price. This is the price of a typical smart bulb. Not our price. We think we can do even better than this. You know, as we mentioned earlier, Xiaomi is really about bringing the world's top technology at the world's most. We can bring it at? Someone said 39. Okay, 39. That would be lower than 49. 35 is definitely lower than 39. Okay, someone said 25. I think you're getting a little bit closer. So the Mi LED smart bulb will be selling here for only 19.9 euros. 16 million stunning color options, adjustable and dimmable color temperatures. Now on top of this one, we actually have yet another surprise. As Xiang mentioned earlier, we're also working with Philips. And we're going to also be partnering on a white bulb option for only 9.9 euros. Also easily automatable, dimmable, and controllable by your Mi Home app as well as your various voice assistants. And now, I'd like to invite Mr. Wang Xiang back on stage for a wrap-up on all of the products that we've launched today.
Yeah, thank you, Donovan. Thank you. Very good presentation. Thank you, Donovan. So here,